So I told you I'd been a Raptors girl, a Bud Light girl, or a Bud girl, Coors Light girl. I'd been like all these girl things.
How did you get into that? Can we diverge
We can do that
for a second? How did you even how did that happen?
I see something, I'm like, okay, I want to do that. And then I go.
But
so Raptors, I had been a dancer my whole life. I saw Raptors girls. Like I was at one of the first games when I was like 10 or younger, one of the first Raptors games. And I was like, I want to be one of their cheerleaders. That's amazing. Look at these girls dancing. They're so good. So then I just waited for the auditions and when I was old enough. And then I went. And then I eventually made it. And then I'm a Raptors girl. And then Bud Light, I found through a promo company, through this. Okay, that's how you become a Bud girl. These girls are the ones running these promos. I did that. And it was a good job. It was such a good job. You're like 21 and making $20 to $40 an hour. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. And you're just wearing a cute top and taking photos with people and talking to people. It was the best. You learn so much about people and about men skills. So I just kept doing all these different things. And then I realized the one thing I hadn't done is be a Hooters girl, like on that list of girl things. And
but how do you go from Raptors to Hooters?
Well, I literally I'm just silly. And I'm like, okay, Hooters girl.
I just want to experience it.
I literally drove by and I'm like, Hooters girl, that's the one I haven't been.
Oh my
and I
God.
said it to my friends. I'm like, I gotta be a Hooters girl, at least for a couple days. Then I could check it off the list. I've been all the girls. I'm a girl, not yet a woman, Britney Spears. And then I walked in and I told the manager, I asked to see the manager, and I was like, hey, I gotta work here for a couple days. I know it sounds funny, but I need to check this off my list. This is my girl bucket list, and this seems to be the only thing I'm missing. And he was like, you're weird. And I was like, you're correct. He's like, okay, come downstairs. Have you served before? I'm like, nope. He's like, can you do any of these other things? I'm like, not at all. He's like, are you good with people? I'm like, probably. I told him I'm a comic, whatever. Hired me on the spot, started the next day. It was so much fun. I had this preconceived notion that Hooters was in line with stripping. Like I thought it was like a strip club where the guys were just gross and whatever. It wasn't. It was slinging wings. It was so much fun. And
families go there.
Yeah, they do. During lunchtime.
They've got good wings.
Yeah. Oh, there's butter in the sauce and it's delicious. Yeah. So they were there. I had a great time. I made so much money. And then
From the Hooters?
From the Hooters.
From tips.
Tips, yeah. A couple Monday night footballs. You're good. I was making way more as a Hooters girl than a Raptors girl. Let me tell you. I would say 20 times.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%. And it was a lot of fun. So I'd be hula hooping out front and serving wings and talking with people. Talking with people is my favorite thing in the whole world because I already know what I know. That's why I find myself boring on podcasts. I'm like, oh, I've already heard this story as I say it. But
yeah,
life, but I get to talk to new people all day. That's the fucking best. You learn from people all day. And then one day I had this guy come in by himself and he's eating wings and watching sports. And I'm chatting him up, just shooting the shit. And I start making fun of the Blue Jays because I knew a couple guys on the team at the time. And my one buddy at the time, Alex Rios, he always choked up. He wouldn't choke up on his bat. He was holding it really freaking weird. No, he choked up too high. And I was like, dude, what are you doing? And I started yelling at the screen, making fun of him. And the guy's like, wait, what'd you just say? And I made fun of him again. And he's like, how did you know that? And the next guy comes up and I made fun of his stats and whatever. He's like, what do you do? Who are you? You're not a Hooters girl. And I was like, I'm a comic. I do this and this. But listen, I have a list and I have to check it off the list. And I told him the spiel. And he's like, do you want to be on TSN? I think you should be on TSN.
Really?
Yeah.
Just a random TSN guy came in.
This was a guy who was from the Fan 590 who made a call to TSN right there. And I was on Off the Record the next day. So a TSN sports show where there's a panel. And it literally went like that, like
Toronto
that, like
Sports
that.
Network.
Yeah,
For
like
anyone.
Canada Sports Network.
Yeah.
So it's like our version of ESPN. So I was suddenly on our version of ESPN on our sports panel talk show the next day. And then I was on that show 10 different times. And then suddenly I got picked up by Much Music, which was our version of MTV in Canada.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter that I was a comedian. All my friends were comics trying to get on Much Music. I got it because I was on TSN because I was a Hooters girl. Not because I had done all these clubs, not because I had done all these other things. It's because I was good at talking shit about sports on TSN. And that's how it happened. And then
it
from
wasn't
there,
Hooters though. It was because you know how to jump on opportunity and you just say yes to everything, right?
yeah, I say yes to stuff. But I also I was true to myself and I went with my stupid list and I worked at Hooters. So then the opportunity found me because I followed my intuition.